Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to Summit Learning Charter intro video to using Odysseyware. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a walkthrough about using Odysseyware and some of the tools, working on assignments, messaging, all that kind of good stuff. So here we are at our login page. It's summitlc.owschools.com. You'll need your user and login information. The username is case sensitive, so make sure you use capitals if you need. Let's go ahead and log in. Here we are. So the first time you log in, you're going to be prompted to watch an introductory video. So you can go ahead and watch this. It's the same video that's linked into Canvas for you to watch as well, including this one that I'm making. But I'm going to unclick it right now, and I don't want to see it anymore after I sign in. So I'm going to uncheck that. Let's see what we got here. So we're in Odysseyware. We're Summit Learning Charter. That's good. We're the right school. You can see you're logged in as yourself. And what you have, the first thing I want to point out is you have a whole FAQ section. If you want to know more, or if you're just trying to figure out Odysseyware or kind of new to Odysseyware, you might start in here and just understand some basic things. What is in the help page? What is in the learn page? The messages page. It gives you just some quick questions and answers about what you may have in terms of an assignment, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to point that out there. Make sure you're referencing that if you feel like you have any questions. But let's just jump right in. So learn and message, this is where we're going to live most of the time whenever you log into Odysseyware. So learn obviously is where all the schoolwork happens. You can toggle between looking at assignments. So notice I have an Algebra 1A class. I can see the assignments I need to work on there. Same for biology and same for English language arts and world history. I got 4 classes assigned right now. Different icons. L means lesson. P means a project. You may have quizzes, which are represented by a Q. And tests for a T. You'll notice due dates. So you always know what you should be working on. September 8th, that's our first day of school. And it looks like on that day I need to do this lesson on variables and expressions. I should come out and do this biology lesson, what is life? I should do this plot in most dangerous game for English language arts. And I should do the what's the point lesson for world history. So I've got 4 lessons that are assigned me for that first day. Once I'm done with all my schoolwork for that day, unless I have anything else to work on in other courses. So projects, you may notice, wow, we have a lot of projects, but the due dates, they always just give you all the projects for a unit right off at the very beginning. But notice you have some time. So I could look ahead at this project on classifying fruit, maybe get some things prepared. Sometimes projects will take a day or 2 or 3 to get things ready and done. If you have an essay, you might want to work on it for a few days until you get it all done and ready to submit. So it's just giving you a heads up saying, hey, here's some projects you'll need to be working and thinking about while you're doing the lessons, quizzes, and tests in this unit. So we got a nice due date guide. We can see everything we have going on. As you're finishing things, you'll be able to see the scores. And as you finish a thing, your status will possibly change. Right now, everything's assigned. I haven't done any work yet. So there we go. Besides assignment view, you can also look at things on a course by course view. For every course, I can get a quick snapshot about what's my grade, how much have I done in the class, and then I can filter down and see more of it. So if I want to look more at algebra, I can see my unit progress and grades for each unit, and I can break it down even by lessons. I can look on Unit 1, here's everything I need to work on for Unit 1. I can see I got 3 lessons and then a quiz, a bunch more lessons and another quiz, another few lessons, a quiz, a performance task, review, and test. And most classes generally follow this same kind of format. They vary from course to course, depending if it's history or language arts or science or math. But generally there's lessons, a few quizzes, a couple projects, and then a test at the end. Let's go ahead and look at an example lesson here. I'm going to go ahead and do the first lesson, variables and expressions. I can either click on it to open it here, Or again, I could go into assignments and click on it and enter that lesson there. Here we are, I'm in the lesson variables and expressions. There's a lot to kind of consider over here. You have this tool guide over here. If you want to have some translation, if you want to read things in a different language, or if it's helpful to have the text read aloud to you, I can highlight a text and do some read aloud, speak as a person. All right, so there you go. You probably didn't hear that, but it read that whole first line available to me. It's a very handy tool for some of our students. Vocabulary, I can click on different words and hear how they sound and get some definitions. And section by section, I can kind of just go scroll through it. Each of these is a different learning section. Not all of them have questions available. So right now I'm in section 1 of 6. So there's all 6 sections. I can toggle back and forth. Or at the very bottom it said I can read next section. So now it's just teaching me, again, it's sort of like an interactive textbook. I can read through it. There's no questions yet, or I could work on questions if I'm feeling ready. Or I could read the next section. So some students like to read a little bit. Oh, there's a video that I can watch, an interactive video. More stuff to read. So I can toggle back and forth between whether I want to read through all 6 sections and then do the questions at the end, or maybe I read a section, do some questions, and go back and forth that way. I'm on the section now. I can toggle back and forth between questions and sections right here as well too. I just wanted to highlight some of these things because sometimes when you first jump in, it seems like there's a lot to click on or a lot to see, and it can be confusing to know what to do. So you have sections is where you're doing your learning, and then questions is showing your understanding as you're going through the sections. All right, so in this one I have 16 questions to work on. And when I'm all done, I can go ahead and turn in this assignment. It's helping me avoid missing questions. So sometimes you turn things in, you forget to do the backside, or you forget to finish the whole assignment. This will let you know when you turn it in if you haven't answered anything. So I still have 16 questions I haven't done. 3 I haven't even read yet are the sections. So do I want to continue? No, thank you. I want to finish up. All right, so that's a little bit about what's in a lesson. I would have a notebook handy to take notes as you're working through, so you can help save some of these things, save some of these big ideas until you get to a quiz or a test. Might be really handy. And then at any point, if I want to get back out, I can go back to my assignment view, or I can get back to my courses view. Notice I'm still on assignment 2 here, so I can go back to this section if I need to as well, or back to the questions. All right, so that's how you're going to work on your classes. I really, really want to stress staying on point with your due dates for everything. Don't let a day go by where you don't finish everything you need to. By all means, you can work ahead, or you can plan ahead. If you know you have something specific going on one day, work ahead and finish those assignments, or make plans to catch up and finish things over the weekend. But really work hard to stay on pace. So by the end of the term, you've got all your classes finished, you got all your grades done, and you're ready to get some new classes assigned to you. Okay, the message section up here, you can interact with your teachers, both by messaging them in here. Again, I can compose a new message. There's a compose button, and eventually as messages are sent, you may see messages filling up in here. Right now I don't have anything as a brand new student. If I want to compose a message, I can click on the teacher. Notice there's my teachers menu. I can click on my teacher, type in a subject line, type in a message, and then send a message. I would recommend, although you have a messaging feature within Odysseyware, I would actually recommend going back into Canvas, because you have a Canvas shell where you access Odysseyware. and then message your teachers through Canvas or give them a text or a direct email. You'll probably get a little bit faster of a response than if you just message them in Odysseyware. But there you go. You do have one way to contact your teachers in Odysseyware is right here. Another way that I really like contacting teachers is, let me go back to this actual lesson here. So variables and expressions, I was working on these questions, right? One way you can contact your teachers if it's a question specific to a lesson is to click on the bottom here where it says ask for help. So say I'm looking at this one, match the meaning of each of the following expressions. I see all this stuff and I'm just not sure how to get started or not sure what to do. I can click ask for help, and this gives a direct message to my teacher but specifically attached to this problem. So I can say, I need help knowing how to do this question. Again, I would try and be really specific, because as a teacher, it's easier to help you if you have a good question that makes more sense of what the problem you're having is. So now I do this question, I can't translate the words well. I'm going to go ahead and send this. And now I've started a conversation with my teacher about this specific problem. I'll get a notification back when they do respond, and then I can come in and finish up this assignment. So again, I really like more asking for help and using this feature as a way to communicate between teachers and students, because then it's really focused on understanding and learning. All right, there's another help section up here, which gives you just straight to the FAQ page. But I think that's a pretty good start to getting into Odysseyware. I would dive right on in, see what you can figure out. You're probably much better at clicking and figuring things out than I can explain. And contact your teacher or a Summit staff person if you still have questions on how to use Odysseyware.